Okay, hey, so this is gonna be a short rant, hopefully, a little shorter than the one on chest, but it's gonna be a rant about Rupturan, and this week we have started doing him in a new way. We have basically stolen the idea from someone else, and I think it was Doom Turtle or who else was doing it, I can't remember, but point is, idea is stolen, but we're gonna have to learn how to execute it, so I made this video anyways, right? So here's the idea. So full credit to them for doing the strategy, right? Anyways, here's the point. We will be doing the boss like normal, but we'll be doing it a little differently. In phase 2, we will change a lot. So phase 1 is going to be more or less the same, right? We have the 4 ads, we basically split them like one here, and then we're going to have one over here, and then we're going to have one like here. The tank's basically just going to figure out how not to fucking stack them, right? That's their job, right? That's their fault, right? While these four ads are being tanked, they're gonna get put down to 50%. By the way, please don't blast at the start. All our tanks are running full mid to just survive easier, right? So please just watch it right on your threat and make sure they get to like 50%, and then you go to the next one. And melee never stay in longer than 25% because you don't want to take the extra damage for the explosion. Anyways, we are also going to have a boomkin or a shaman or something that can pull ranged threat over here because he's gonna be using the living. He's gonna be eating the living rocks during the first phase, right? So he's gonna be standing somewhere like that, and then we're gonna have the boss over here, right? There's gonna be assignments for all this, so don't worry about that. The main thing is there's gonna be 5 melee DPSs assigned to killing the living rock. So the living rock goes out, the 5 melee go in, kill the living rock off the chicken, basically taunt it off him so he doesn't die, right? He's the more important person, and then kill it, and then just keep him safe. And then when these get killed, as they get called, we'll call them after they charge, because when they charge, then they go out, and when they go out, we can then kill them because then they're outside the the raid. Basically, just stay 25 yards away from them, something like this distance here to all of them, and you should be completely safe, right? Just make sure that they are away. And be very careful with one of them being low and it hasn't charged, right? They might actually charge into the raid and die. That's why we want to make very sure that they are just charged, then we kill them, right? Then as we start killing them, this guy can run over and taunt off the chicken, or he can run over and taunt the boss and then run out, so he's the next guy to take it. A tank is way more survivable than a chicken, right? And then the next guy can run in, taunt the boss, run out, do the same thing, and then the next guy can run in, taunt the boss, do the same thing, and then they can basically just start rotating forward and back, so the threat is always on a big tank, right? The reason we want to have more than two tanks on it is because then the third guy, while the first guy is running in, because if you're not within 15 yards or so of the boss, the rock cannot go to you. So we want to make sure that the rock can go to a tank, right? And the way to force that is to make sure that we always have three tanks or so rotating, going forward and back. Anyways, we're gonna do that until the boss is then low. Also, I need to say this. So there's gonna be popcorn. When you get popcorn, don't hide. So like if the popcorn spawns over here, right, and the raid is standing, yeah, let's say the raid is the blue circle here, right, and the popcorn spawns over there. Don't drag it through the fucking raid. I see it every fucking week, and it's pissing me off, right? If you get the fucking earthquake or whatever it's called, the popcorn shit, right? If that's on you, move to the side and then move out of the way of the raid. Make sure you drag whatever is following you out of the raid, and then just run in a circle. You have Emerald Blessing on. You'll be completely fine, right? You just run in a circle until it stops following you. That's it. That's your whole job, right? And you're not gonna take any damage. There's no damage going out, so you're not gonna die. Anyways, cool. That's dealt with. The rock is going to the side. The boss now gets slow. He gets around, I don't want to say percentage because we tend to stop at a number, so we stop somewhere around 120, 80k, somewhere between there. But let's do 120 to make sure, right? And then we let a Shadow Priest or whoever's assigned to it, maybe an Affliction Warlock, basically just get him down to around 30. So, and if you think that's too early to stop, it's not. The dots are gonna get it like more than halfway there. So, basically, let one guy get it down, maybe two, and then that'll be dealt with in the raid. And then the rock goes out one last time. We stop completely. The rock goes out one last time. We kill the rock. Then we kill the living rock. We all rush the boss. We make sure we kill the boss. And then we all stack up. That's the new part, right? That's the new part for phase 2 is we all stack up, right? Let's say we have one here and one here, right? And then we start here. We have all of them come into us, like, so we all stack up. Everyone stands on star. That will be me or some other raid leader. Who knows? I'm not gonna be here forever, right? So then it stacks on them. whoever's assigned to it, right? That's who you're following, and they'll be calling out where you're going. You just follow that guy blindly. You don't need to do anything else. When that guy says left, you go left. When that guy says right, go right. If you go into a flame strike, that's just how it is. That's completely his fault. Let that guy be to blame. Just save yourself from the fault, right? Just be a mindless drone, and you execute this perfectly, right? The perfect soldier. Anyways, so we're gonna. The guy dies. A bunch of living rocks will go out. We kill those 3 living rocks. Everyone stacks up, and then we stack all the 3 ads on top of us as well, and then we just start cleaving. And then we cleave until there spawns the first exile. When the first exile spawns, I'll talk about how we deal with that later. But as soon as the first exile spawns, I will call stop cleaving, and then we start doing single target. And I mean single target, because if we kill the exile on top of the raid, we will die, because it will blast us out in all directions, and then all the living rocks will come out, and we're basically just gonna get clapped, right? We're gonna get absolutely destroyed. So anyways, just deal with that. Single target, and that's the only real solution. And then, when we start moving from side to side, you just follow me. So I will see the flame strike being cast, and I'll move to the right. I'll say go to the right, right, and then I'll say, and then we stop here, and the flame strike landed there because that's where we were all standing, and now it lands over here, right? And no living rocks will be going out at all, so we can basically do this with 3 tanks and 3 healers. You do need one guy to pick up the exiles, but that's about it. Like, it's really easy like this. Like, it's completely painless. The only thing you need to make sure is you dispel Burning Flesh, but Burning Flesh luckily does not go to everyone in close proximity. It only goes to a certain amount of people, so that is quite easy to deal with. So we basically just move from the left to the right the whole fight. That's it. There's nothing else. There's no hardcore mechanic. There's nothing you need to deal with. The heart is still gonna be here. Like, the heart is probably somewhere like this, right? And this is where we are, and this is where we're running to. But there's gonna be a guy assigned to the hut, and he can drain it from where we're standing. It's not like he's gonna be in a magic place where we can't get to, right? So we just run from left to right as it's necessary. What else does need to be done? Oh yeah, so here. We're not gonna do this the first week, but we are gonna do this in the future. I want the guy with the exile to step out. Not out to rock throwing range, but to the side. And then he just runs parallel to us. Right? So he just runs parallel to us this, and then we can keep cleaving. But it's very important we don't do it when he's there, right? Because if we hit his head, if we get his head low, it will blow up, and then will knock us all out in the opposite direction where we're standing, and then we all get killed by living rocks. Anyways, I think that's the full explanation. If you have any questions, please hit me up, because this needs to be executed correctly, but it is so fucking painless when it's done right. And it is really just move from left to right when I tell you to move, right? That's it. Anyways, anyone who fucking made it this far, congratulations. Just tell me so. See you around. Bye.